Prem Pranam to all of you. In this video, I will be talking about the importance of Tarta Mantra and why does it have yet another name as Nijnam Mantra? Who has bestowed this mantra? To whom? To which purified soul? Let us listen to it very attentively. This Nijnam Mantra was bestowed by the eternal Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna has been designated with the name Uttamah Purushaha in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which means he is the highest or the supreme most Purush. Sri Krishna himself from Paramdham brings this Tarta Mantra or Nijnam Mantra and he bestows it to the incarnation of Sri Shyamaji in the form of Sri Dev Chandraji. Let me delve a little deep into the life journey of Sri Dev Chandraji. Since his age of 5 years, Sri Dev Chandraji was seeking for the supreme truth. He had many doubts and questions, such as, who am I? From where have I come into this world? Who has created this world? And why? Why is it full of sorrows? Where is the end of this world? Where is its beginning? So all these questions were there in his mind since the age of 5 years. He used to have satsang and discussions with many saints who used to come to his birthplace called Umarkot. But he never found any satisfactory answers, as a result of which, at his age of 17 years, he left his home without even telling his parents in search of that supreme truth to get the answers to his questions. He searched for quite a few years in a place that's called Kutch, which is presently located in Gujarat. He also went to Bhuj Nagar, where he meets the Guru of his parents. He serves his Guru with full loyalty and faith and gets his blessings, because of which Sri Dev Chandraji now analyzed and came to know that the master of my soul is none other than Sri Krishna. He further progressed to listen to Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, which is a scripture that describes the life journey of Sri Krishna right from his birth till the end. Sri Deva Chandraji was determined to find the supreme truth, and he knew that the relation of his soul was with that supreme personality, Sri Krishna. It took him 14 years to listen to Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran in depth. And he did not miss a single day. He heard it principle bound that on a day when I do not get to listen the Bhagavad Katha, I will also not give food to my body, because my soul did not have the food for itself, which is in the form of Bhagavad Katha. In this manner, without missing a single day, Sri Dev Chandraji listened to Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran for 14 years, and not only that, he was analyzing each and every verse of Bhagavat, and he interpreted the meanings of those and wrote his commentary also. At the end of 14 years, the Supreme Divine Personality Sri Krishna thought that Sri Dev Chandraji has become completely purified, and this is the right time to reveal myself to Sri Devchandraji because he has been searching for me since his age of 5 years, and now Sri Devchandraji was 40 years old. So it took him 35 years to undergo this spiritual journey. Now, Sri Krishna thinks that I should give him darshan. So, for giving him darshan, Sri Krishna only comes to Sri Devachandraji, whereas the other listeners, the speaker himself, all of them experienced a veil of ignorance, which we also call as Yogamaya Samavritah. Sri Krishna came, revealed his own self, his own identity to Sri Devachandraji, and there began a conversation between Sri Krishna and Sri Devchandraji. Sri Devchandraji already had questions in his mind as to who am I, from where have I come into this world, who has created this world, and all those questions were running in his mind. Sri Krishna begins a conversation with Sri Devchandraji and asks him, "Do you know who am I?" In response to which, Sri Devchandraji said, "I only know that you are the master of my soul, but please reveal your true identity to me, O master." Upon his request, Sri Krishna began to reveal his own identity and said that I am the eternal Sri Krishna from Paramdham, from the Supreme Divine Abode. I have commanded my mind form, Akshar Brahma, who is the immutable creator, to create this entire universe. The reason for me to command Akshar Brahma was that Sakhis in my Paramdham wanted to see the miseries in the world. They wanted to see the sorrows of the world because they had never seen it. And despite of telling them again and again, they still wanted to see the miserable world, the sorrowful world. So I had to command the immutable Akshar Brahma to create a universe. And in this universe, my Sakhis have entered into the Vraja Leela and the Rasa Leela as well, prior to this particular universe being created. So already there have been two Leelas, such as Vraj Leela and the Ras Leela. This is the third Leela, which is called Jagani Leela, or the Leela where we have to awaken our souls, our self. Sri Devchandraji was then given a command by Sri Krishna to gather all the Sakhis who have come from Paramdham into this world and impart them the true knowledge of the self. Sri Krishna revealed his Paramdham, all his Leelas to Sri Devchandraji and asked him if there was any question remaining in his mind. Because henceforth, Sri Krishna said, "You will not get my darshan like this, you will not be able to interact with me." Upon which Sri Devchandraji asked him, "O my Dhani, O my master, where will you go? Why will I not have darshan?" So Sri Krishna said, "Do not worry, I will come and reside in your heart." Sri Devchandraji was flabbergasted and said, "Welcome, O my master." He did not even realize, what if I will not be able to have darshan, or if I am not able to have any interaction with Sri Krishna? How will I get answers to my questions? And Sri Krishna came and resided in the heart of Sri Devachandraji. Before which, he imparts a mantra to Sri Devachandraji, which is a 16-lettered mantra. And Sri Krishna said that you have to impart this mantra as well as its related knowledge to the Sakhis of Param Dham who come to you. Sri Devachandraji said, okay, I will impart this mantra and this knowledge to the Sakhis, but where will I find the Sakhis? Sri Krishna replied to Sri Devachandraji that do not worry about that. I will send all the Sakhis to you one by one. Your job would be to awaken them by imparting them this Tartama mantra. So, in this manner, Sri Krishna gives Tartam mantra of Paramdham to Sri Devachandraji after undergoing a struggle of 35 years. Thus, Sri Devachandraji gets this Tartam mantra from the Supreme Divine Personality Sri Krishna himself. This mantra is a mantra that has come from the Supreme Abode called Sri Paramdham. So, dear friends, dear Sundar Saji, this mantra has got powers equivalent to the Supreme Divine Personality Sri Krishna himself. We are blessed enough to get this mantra from our Guruji. And this mantra will lead us to Sri Paramdham. I always give an example that suppose if you have to reach some other country, you will have to take the airways. If there's another place within the local area, you may just choose the roadways. But what if you have to reach the moon? No airways will go there, you need a satellite. But what if you have to go somewhere beyond the perishable gamut to the imperishable arena? You need a vehicle or a medium of that imperishable arena itself that only will be able to take you there. That is why we need the Tartam mantra which has come from Paramdham. That Tartam mantra which has the power and the blessings of the Supreme Divine Personality Sri Krishna, and through that mantra or using that mantra we can reach Paramdham because it has powers equivalent to Sri Krishna himself. So, in this video, I have just given a brief overview about what Tartam mantra is. In the next subsequent video, I will be talking to you about what are the contents or what has been expressed in this Tartam mantra. So, my prem pranams to all of you. Please listen to this carefully, and whatever questions or doubts come to your mind, please feel free to ask them. So, with that, I will call a Jaikar and offer my pranams to you. Shri Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai. Prem Pranam.